Megan Gower, a mom of two from Connersville, Tennessee, found herself at the center of a massive online storm after a shocking TikTok live exposed her troubling parenting style. The fallout was swift. Her main TikTok account, which had over 120,000 followers, was wiped clean, but the internet did not forget. In fact, it only dug deeper. The video that started it all, a family get ready with me live stream. Megan was preparing for a family outing, casually talking to her chart, when her daughter walked into the room with a toy bracelet container, clearly wanting help. Megan refused. Not in a gentle or tired way, but with annoyance and contempt. Her daughter tried to open it herself and Megan snapped, telling her to leave the room with disgust on her face. Then came the threat. Megan told her daughter she'd smack the container on her head. Right there, live in front of her viewers. And her husband, he was there. He did not say a word. In fact, he backed Megan up, telling their daughter not to start.
What is this? Absolutely not right now. What the fuck is that? It's the girl. This is bracelets. We don't have the time for that. We can do it tonight.
Can you just open it?
No, because you can have that shit everywhere.
No, I won't. Open it. Give me it.
I'm not
Open it.
I'm not opening
Then I'll open it.
Go ahead, try.
I can't.
Okay, period. Get out of my room with it.
Riley, not right now, baby.
Go.
I'm opening it.
I didn't tell her no.
Look, we're going to.
Riley, you're hacking.
Don't start, bro.
Girl, I will smack this motherfucker upside your
Give
head.
me mine.
We're
I'll
going
take
to
it back.
Monster Jam.
Give me it. Give me it. Give me it. Give me it.
Get out.
Give me it. It's mine. Give me it. Give me it.
Get out of my room.
Give me
Touch
it.
me again.
Mommy, touch me again.
Get out of my damn room.
Where did I get?
Yeah. I'm so glad you're so nice. I'm like your motherfucking sister.
My always being
Come on, it's a cute kid.
you know what's being mean to me.
Oh, how's it being mean to you? None of your damn business. That's what.
What's that? It's a spin thing and
My daughter says.
you go to
We're going to Alabama.
spin. I'll show
Well, why is
you.
it not spinning?
You have to hold it and spin it like this.
Okay, I'm done. I'm so excited to see them and I just ruined it.
You don't want to ruin it.
Get the hell out of my room!
Get out.
And you're not going no fucking where.
Is
Get
that
out.
you?
Who said? Who said? Who? Because I'll drop your motherfucking ass off.
I told you what going.
You won't go nowhere.
The favoritism was loud and clear. Minutes after yelling at her daughter, Megan happily interacted with her son as if nothing had happened. Her voice was calmer, her tone suddenly softer, and her face even lit up with a smile. It was like watching two different versions of the same mother, one cold and harsh toward her daughter, and the other warm and attentive with her son.
Who said? Who? Because I'll drop your motherfucking ass off.
I told you what going.
You won't go nowhere.
Mommy. Mommy.
Huh.
Mommy.
What?
Why I got you new pajamas?
I got you new pajamas? Yes, I
Are too
did.
big for me?
They are a little bit, but it's okay. 0 to 100.
But Tina got
She's
me.
bipolar.
But Tina got me some blue pajamas.
I got you some blue pajamas. Yeah.
And they're too small.
Did you have, they're too small for you? She don't know what size you wear? I know that's right.
She even told her chat that her son was better behaved, using that as a moment to publicly shame her daughter yet again. Her words weren't just comparisons, they were jabs, passive-aggressive at best, downright cruel at worst. Each sentence aimed at lifting her son up somehow managed to tear her daughter down. Every time the little girl tried to speak, Megan shut her down with yelling, sarcasm, or just plain dismissal. Her daughter flinched often, not just physically but emotionally. You could see her confidence shrink with every interaction. On the other hand, every time her son came close, Megan welcomed him with open arms and a smile. It wasn't subtle, it was obvious, painfully obvious. This wasn't just tough parenting. It wasn't just a bad day. It was a pattern playing out in real time. The favoritism wasn't hidden in the shadows. It was broadcast live. And Megan did not flinch. She did not second guess it. She did not even pause. She kept going, almost proudly, as if she did not see anything wrong with it. That is what made it so disturbing. Her daughter was visibly trying to please her, visibly craving a moment of gentleness, but Megan did not give it. She just kept performing for the camera like nothing was off. Like yelling at one child while praising the other in the same breath was completely normal. And it did not end there. In another clip, viewers saw Megan combing her daughter's hair with so much force that the brush was practically yanking her head back. It wasn't just fast or careless. There was aggression behind every pull. The little girl cried out in pain, her her voice breaking, clearly trying to tell her mom it hurt. But Megan did not flinch. She did not slow down. She did not even acknowledge her daughter's pain. Instead, she kept going like she was annoyed that her daughter was even reacting. Her face had this tight, bitter look, like she was angry that the child was even there. It wasn't the face of a tired mom rushing to get ready. It looked personal, like this wasn't about her hair at all, like she resented her. Then, just when you think it couldn't get worse, Megan snapped. She threatened to yank her daughter bald-headed. A phrase so violent it made people in the comments freeze. She wasn't done. She added that she would knock her out, a phrase no child should ever hear from her mother. The little girl stood there, tears running down her face, begging and pleading, just wanting comfort. But instead, Megan walked away. She left her daughter there crying, shut her door and slammed it hard. No hug, no explanation, no remorse. And the worst part, all of this happened live, in front of hundreds of people.
Which your brother's fucking toothbrush up? No, if you're about to slap me one more time, I'm really gonna sit you in the head.
No!
I don't give a fuck about what. I don't give a fuck about what some random person out here gotta say.
That's hurting me.
What is that gonna do? I think I was 16, right? Take your head. Get
Ow!
get off the sink. Oh my god! You're not
Stop
going.
pulling me.
I will yank you bald headed.
I just shake her anyway.
I'm about to. She
But
don't have no
she
fucking hair.
won't.
Turn your head.
Okay, she's lying.
You're literally making shit fucking complicated for no fucking reason.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're deliberately doing shit. I will
I'm not doing
literally.
anything.
We will stay here. You trying to
I'm
get
not
out?
doing anything.
We will stay here. We will go nowhere.
What am I doing?
If this is what she's comfortable showing the world, it's chilling to think about what might happen when the camera is not rolling. When people in the chat reacted with concern, Megan did not pause to reflect or show any hint of regret. Instead, she mocked them. She rolled her eyes dramatically, as if their concern was ridiculous. She laughed and said they hadn't seen anything, almost like she was proud of what she had just done, or ready to double down. It wasn't defensive out of fear or shame, it was bold, smug, and dismay. Then came the moment that truly stunned everyone. Someone asked in the chat if the girl was her biological child. Megan let out a loud, exaggerated sigh, as if the question itself was exhausting. Then she said the words that would echo across the internet. Sadly, she is. That line hit people hard. It was one of those things you can't unhear. Sadly she is? What kind of mother says that out loud in a live stream with hundreds of people watching? It wasn't just careless, it was cruel. A moment that gave everyone watching a deeper glimpse into how Megan really felt about her own daughter. And it wasn't loud.
Gower. So I guess she was on live stream and she was brushing her daughter's hair and her daughter was like moving a lot, which kids do that. She then goes on to tell her kid that she was gonna beat her or smack her upside the fucking head. Something along the lines of that. I'll take the video afterwards. That's verbally abusing your child, but get off live. Deal with your child. When my son wakes up and is screaming, you guys see me, I jump off. I go be with my child if he needs my attention and my assistance. So then she comes in later on and she has like this bead bracelet pack and she's asking her mom to make bracelets with her and she says, we don't have time to do this. Her daughter starts crying and then she takes the fucking thing. She's like, I'm gonna smack you upside the fucking head with this. Excuse me? You said that on live? So if you think that's okay to say on live stream, what the fuck are you doing when no one's watching?
The apology video came days later. Megan sat in front of the camera, expressionless, and said she was sorry. She mentioned being overstimulated, like the chaos of parenting had pushed her past her limit. Said she was working on herself, that she loved her kids, but the video felt empty, like she was reading from a script rather than speaking from the heart. Her face was blank, no emotion, no tears, no cracks in her voice. It did not look like a mom filled with guilt. It looked like a woman trying to save face. There was no real ownership of her actions. She blamed her past. She blamed overstimulation. She even brought up how she had been dealing with deep-rooted personal issues for years. But that wasn't the point. The point was how she treated her daughter on camera in real time. And on that, she stayed silent. She did not mention the favoritism. She did not talk about the difference in how she treated her son versus her daughter. She did not say why she mocked her child, or why she cursed at her, or why she acted like her daughter was a burden. She did not explain why she told people they had not seen anything anything, yet she skipped all of that. And that is what made it worse, because a real apology owns every detail. It addresses the harm, not just the fallout. It focuses on the person hurt, not the person apologized. But Megan did not do that. She glossed over everything, then wrapped it up by saying she needed a social media break to focus on her family.
I just wanted to come on here and take accountability for the things that I said and did yesterday on my live. Nobody deserves that, especially my children. Unfortunately, I have some very dark, deep-rooted things inside of me that I have been working to heal for the last 2-ish years, and some of those things still come out whenever I am triggered. I am not a perfect mother. I have never claimed to be. Unfortunately, I was very triggered yesterday. I was very overstimulated and I exploded. And before you look at me and say, oh, I get overstimulated too and I don't snap out like that. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm so happy for you. I'm working towards that. This video showed you a very small snippet of my live. It didn't show you the before. It didn't show you the after, where I hung up and went and calmed the fuck down, apologized to my child, and we talked through these things. I shouldn't have had to apologize for anything because I shouldn't have done it in the first place. I am very well aware of that. My children are well loved. Anybody that knows us or knows anything about us knows that our children are loved. Unfortunately, I still have some major things that I need to work on, and I'm working towards that every single day. But I just wanted to come on here and take that accountability and kind of own my actions and acknowledge that those are not okay, and I know that that's not okay. I am going to take some time from social media. I think I owe my family that. I don't know what the future holds as far as TikTok goes. I just want y'all to know that I have enjoyed the last year of sharing my life with y'all. I love you.
But even that did not feel honest. Her voice did not crack, her eyes did not water, and for someone who had just gone viral for mistreating her child, there was no urgency in her words, no fear, no desperation to make it right. It did not feel like an apology, it felt like the damage control. Even worse, Megan started posting again, this time from a backup account, as if nothing had changed. But if people expected a reflection or growth, they were met with the tone, angry, bitter, full of resentment. Instead of addressing the hurt she caused or showing progress, she launched into a series of defensive rants. She told her followers that people shouldn't judge what they don't understand, as if her actions were being unfairly taken out of context. But there wasn't much to misinterpret. It was all live, all on video, and very clear. Yet Megan twisted the narrative, trying to frame herself as the one being bullied. She portrayed herself as the misunderstood mom, not the aggressor, downplaying what she did and ignoring the public concern for her daughter. In one rant, she even claimed that people had gotten her food stamps taken away. She framed it as if the internet had personally attacked her livelihood, rather than acknowledging that the backlash was a direct response to her behavior. She shifted the blame outward, refusing to look inward. But the real victim here isn't Megan, it is her daughter, a little girl who was screamed at, cursed at, and emotionally neglected in front of an audience, while Megan was focused on defending her reputation and venting about the consequences. Her daughter's pain and emotional well-being seemed completely forgotten. Soon, more about Megan began to surface. It started with former classmates coming forward, and the stories were consistent. They described her as always being mean, a bully, someone who thrived in making others feel small. These weren't vague memories or isolated incidents. These were detailed recollections from multiple people who had experienced Megan's harsh behavior firsthand. Some shared that Megan used to target other girls at school, picking on those who were quiet or different. She always had a clique, and if you aren't part of it, you were a target. It did not seem like Megan's behavior was new or the result of stress from motherhood. According to those who knew her in school, she had always carried this cruel edge. Her bullying wasn't something she grew into, it was something she never grew out of. Even years later, she was still operating with the same energy, just with a bigger platform, and now her own children caught in the crossfire.
More and more people are speaking out about Megan Gower, and a lot of people went to school with her. Also, I'll be sharing a post that she shared on Facebook about narcissistic mothers. So first, I'm going to start with the post that she shared January 16th about narcissistic family. So as you'll see right here, she said, "Do not ever tell someone who has cut their mother out of their life due to narcissistic. Well, that's not your mom. You need to respect your mom. No, obviously, if an adult child cuts contact with their parent, it's because the parent did some awful things to them. You don't know what that person went through with their parent. You don't know what kind of that person went through daily as a child. Please stop believing all parents deserve a relationship with their child, because not all parents are good parents." Well, isn't that just the kettle calling the pot black? Moving on to what y'all are probably really wanting to see, though. We have this comment here from somebody who went to school with her. It says, "My sister went to school with her. I was 2 grades above, but I remember this. Thought she was no, she had a pretty face, that's it. This is her true nature. She's not a good person. She was, let me say, the one that got around. That's why she considered popular." Also, you'll read this comment right here, and it says, "And let's add her sorry excuse of a husband in this too. He was there, he saw and heard, and did nothing to stop it. They both need to be reported, and I think he's the National Guard. They don't put up with this kind of crap." Here is more from people who went to school with her. "She was always a mean girl. Well, at least that's what she gave me as a vibe. Last year I saw her at my daughter's school. She was signing her daughter up for cheer. I think she never liked me because she was giving me the face, which I could care less because I never liked her either." This bottom comment says, I remember her as the school, but also remember being so ugly to people. I was maybe 2 grades ahead and remember her being so ugly in school. I've been waiting for Lewisburg folks to see this mess. This girl was like this in school also. She's been her whole life. Sadly, now she has kids to BULLY. This is her stepson's grandmother coming again to FB, saying she has trashed my daughter from day one because she is a mom of her stepchildren. Always been a BULLY and BULLIED, my cousin in high school. You can pause to read the next 2 clips. As soon as I saw her face, I knew it wasn't going to be good.
And then the conversation shifted from her past to her business. Megan had once run an online boutique called Mimi & Co. Smocks, which at first glance seemed like a charming small shop for children's clothing. She posted adorable photos, took pre-orders, and presented herself as a hardworking mompreneur. But behind the cute branding and curated posts was a growing number of complaints. Allegedly, Megan was taking payments for pre-orders she never intended to fulfill. She'd collect money from eager customers, many of them mothers themselves, only to disappear on them. Customers claimed they waited weeks, sometimes months, for items that never arrived. When they reached out for refunds, they were met with silence or excuses. Megan allegedly blamed issues with Shopify, shipping delay, or supplier problem. She said they were blocked after requesting refunds. Others reported that when they did manage to contact her, she was defensive and evasive. The pattern was too familiar. The refunds did not come, the items never showed up, and the complaints only grew louder. Her boutique's Facebook page, once filled with enthusiastic comments, became a thread of angry parents demanding answers. Eventually, the page was taken down quietly without explanation. What emerged was a clearer picture of Megan, not just a problematic mom on TikTok, but as someone who had a trial of bad behavior long before going viral. A woman who bullied peers in school, betrayed trusting customers as a business owner, and now publicly mistreated her own children. Her actions were consistent, and that consistency was disturbing. So now we have a mom who went viral for mistreating her child, a business owner accused of scamming customers, and a woman whose response to criticism was to play the victim. It's a trifecta of irresponsibility, and instead of showing reflection or growth, Megan has chosen to double down. One of her most controversial backup posts was a meme she proudly shared. "You can keep your organic snacks and gentle parenting. My kids eat Pop-Tarts and they're fine." She added commentary that she hides in the car to get peace and quiet and doesn't waste her time doing Pinterest crafts to prove she loves her kids. But that kind of post wasn't relatable, it was deflective. She was trying to mask harmful parenting under the disguise of being a real mom. It read more like a stubborn refusal to grow or a rejection of accountability disguised as authenticity. And the most alarming part was that this wasn't just a joke or a harmless rant. It was a public attempt to normalize bad behavior, to make neglect sound funny, to paint threats, favoritism, and emotional harm as simple quirks of parenting. That's not a flex. That is not being raw or real. That is just someone trying to validate poor parenting by pretending it's personality trait. Megan doesn't seem to understand that yelling at kids, threatening them, and picking favorites isn't normal. It is harmful. It chips away at a child's sense of safety, love, and identity. And it's not just a TikTok moment, it is a glimpse into her household. It's a look behind the curtain of what life may be like for her kids every day. And if this is how she acts with the camera on, what happens when it's off? What words are said when there is no one watching? What actions go unseen when there is no one holding her accountable? There is something especially heartbreaking about a child growing up in a home where they don't feel equally loved. When a parent's face lights up for one child and hardens for another, it plants seeds of self-doubt and insecurity. That kind of emotional neglect doesn't just sting in the moment, it leaves lasting scars. Her children are still with her. It is the scariest part. Because calling someone out online is one thing. Real accountability is another. Her apology was hollow, her backup posts were defensive, her mindset still stuck in denial. And with her kids still in the same environment, people can't help but wonder what's actually different now. Is this just another viral moment the internet will forget, or will someone finally step in for those children? Only time will tell. But time in cases like these isn't a luxury. Every day that passes is a day those kids remain in the same space with the same dynamics. That is what makes the story feel unfinished. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Megan just a strict parent who lost her cool? Or is this deeper than that? Did the internet go too far or not far enough? And most importantly, are her children safe now, or did it only get worse behind the scenes?